Hello and welcome to your regularly scheduled broadcast of the Nonsense Review. It has been a week since our last episode and boy do we have a treat this week because we're starting a proper review series on something that is fresh and new and exciting, so I'm going to throw it over to Rick to give a brief overview.
This is true. We are going to be doing, for the foreseeable future, that is, as many episodes as it is, a almost up-to-date, as best as we can, nonsense review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The love story of Sam and Bucky.
I mean, all cards on the table, we're recording this on the day that it's out, it's just editing has to happen.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours after I checked my phone to see if it was on Disney Plus already, and it was, so yay.
But before we get into the meat of the episode, you know what we usually do before we review stuff, guys. We discuss our weeks. So I'm going to throw it over to Rick. And how was your week, buddy?
Relatively okay. I did remarkably little. There's been a few things behind the scenes that I won't go into, but other than that, it's been very unremarkable. I went out to the shops today, and that's the first time I've left the house all week.
Because somebody still cares about COVID.
Yeah, I care about myself, I care about the other people within the walls of my home, and so let's draw a line under that and toss it over to you. How has your week been? Have you been up to anything?
I've had a exciting, busy week of gorging myself on media. I've been on holiday from work for the week, which means I've had a bit more time to basically fuck around, and I've been abusing the privilege. It's been a bit taxing near the tail end of the week, because as you mentioned, we did do some behind-the-scenes stuff, which will become relevant in about a week and a half's time to you guys. Ooh. But other than that, I've been playing a fuck ton of video games, mostly Digimon.
Yep. There is the B-side that we both picked up Diablo. We picked up the multi-pack that has Diablo 3 and 2, and 2 is currently not available, so we've been playing 3.
Playing 3 is a bit of a stretch, considering our first session.
Okay, we've been passively having 3 played for us.
Yeah.
But, you know, it gave us a head start, and then when we were able to actually play the game properly, we made some decent progress.
I mean, we both know Diablo 3's fun. It's like we were stood doing nothing, essentially, for 3 hours.
You point your wizard in the right direction, and a laser beam happens, and things fall down.
None of us are wizards. That's boring. Let's move on. Yeah, I played a bunch of Digimon World, which is a game near and dear to my... Well, Digimon World, it's Digimon Cyber Sleuth. They've got a double pack on Steam, and I finally got around to playing it. Anyone who has somehow stumbled on this channel from my gaming channel knows I've played both of these games on the channel on separate Week of Weebs. But yeah, I've also watched a few things. I've had a documentary on my to-watch list on Netflix for quite a while called Night Stalker.
Okay.
It's a 4-part series. Basically, it tells you the story of the Night Stalker, a serial killer in the States. And yeah, it's one of those weird things where I knew the nickname because guess what? The nickname's cool. People should stop giving serial killers cool nicknames because it really does glorify them. But
it does.
About 15 minutes into the first episode, we get some mentions of kiddie fiddling, and I wasn't expecting that, and that made me feel sick for the rest of the day.
Ooh.
I didn't know that element of the story at all, because I thought he was literally a guy like Jack the Ripper-esque, because Night Stalker sounds like you stalk the night and stab random people, which isn't far from the truth, but he used a gun for one thing, he broke into random people's homes. They caught the guy, but it essentially boils down to, it was hard to fucking catch him because his crimes seemed to actually be completely unrelated. He was just a psychopath.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, not really fair, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, psychopath also... I think when you're going around killing people with no remorse, that's psychopath territory as opposed to socio.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, that was rather grim. I don't recommend watching it, to be honest with you, unless you're into that sort of thing, because I didn't enjoy it. Like, I did enjoy it. I learned stuff. I enjoy learning, but it was not a pleasurable watch, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
Definitely watched something else, but it's escaping my mind, so it must have been shit. So yeah, enjoying some old classic video games, pretty much, because Diablo 3 is a game me and Rick used to play on the PS4. Digimon World, another game from my childhood. Did some more 14, but no one wants to talk about that. So yeah, I think that sums up weeks then.
Yeah, I think we can draw a line under the week and move ahead.
So yeah, it's actually called Falcon and Winter Soldier, isn't it?
Yeah, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm expecting this series is going to be a lot more action-oriented than WandaVision was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were both snapped, weren't they? So they've both returned from the snap at the same time.
Yeah, both the Falcon and Winter Soldier were snapped, weren't they? Yeah. I thought it was just Bucky, but yeah, I apologise, guys, but the Falcon's fucking boring. I hope this series gives him something, because so far it's just been like, he's a dude who shoots guns and can fly because he has a backpack.
Yeah, the only reason I remember that he got snapped was because War Machine was going, "Hey Sam, where you at?"
Oh yeah, of course he got snapped because he was the first person through the fucking portals. He was like, he made the joke on your left. Yeah.
Yep.
Like Falcon is officially the person who's inherited Cap's shield, so I'm assuming they're going the Captain Falcon route, basically. Pardon the pun.
Yep.
I'm eager to see what happens because I don't know if I've ever said this to you, Rick, but Captain America and his list of good guys and bad guys, I've actually never really given a fuck about as far as the comics are concerned. They've always just been a part of the Avengers.
Yeah, I'm aware of a couple of villains who become generic villains for the greater MCU. Well, the greater Marvel universe, because normally they don't make it into the MCU.
Yeah, like I'm still surprised how little involvement Red Skull has had since.
Yeah.
But now Captain America's out of the picture, and I assume he's out of the picture for good. Like, there's no point in bringing Red Skull back. Like, they brought him back for Endgame and Infinity War, but it was such a nothing moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it got a pop. Certainly, it's like, oh fuck, it's Red Skull, and it's like, oh wait, is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. And it wasn't even Hugo Weaving.
No, they couldn't afford him.
Disney couldn't afford Hugo Weaving.
I imagine it was like scheduling conflicts because that motherfucker works.
Yeah.
I'll give Hugo Weaving all the credit in the world because he doesn't care about showing his face in a film. Like, he was V in V for Vendetta, and you never fucking see him.
Yeah.
He does red. Like, if he plays a part where it's like this character never shows their face, it's like fine.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's one of those things like with Iron Man, etc. They've got masks that cover their face, and it's like, great, that means we have to pay RDJ less money. It's true though, isn't it?
Because we can use a stunt double for half of the time.
Yep. Yeah, I'm eager to see where this goes because no comic book knowledge of these characters really, so I don't know what storyline they're gonna go with here. It might even be completely original. Who knows?
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm vaguely aware of a Catwoman style person that Captain America has called Diamondback, who's sometimes an ally, sometimes an enemy. You know, Catwoman style.
There are so many characters called Diamondback, and usually they have a snake gimmick. But yeah, sure. Do you want to count us in, Rick? We are on 0.0000000 for those who want to watch along at home.
Sure. I will just set mine up because okay, there we are. I've got the Disney Plus original thing going. So, okay. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Right, yeah, now I've got this. Oh, fuck's sake, I've got to turn it down because it's loud as fuck. One of the best things about watching on Netflix or Disney Plus is subtitles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which means I can talk over shit and still pay attention to shit.
I definitely turned the subtitles on while doing a watch-along like this, but casually.
I get you. Was that when we did Star Wars way back when?
Yeah, it was definitely the Star Wars couple. And then I didn't turn the subtitles off for when we were watching Mando with my family.
But don't your family like to talk during watches?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, already starting off, I fucking love it when you see superheroes do mundane shit.
Yep. Like Deadpool building IKEA.
Yeah, but like that's more played for laughs, but like...
Yep.
Are we going to start with Cap's funeral? Because it looks like he's getting ready for a rather somber moment. I know Cap's not technically dead, but he's old as fuck, so...
Yeah, he's like 1,000 at this point. And he looks like Biden.
He does a little bit, yeah. We're going to start with something rather somber. We have to, because there's no way he's wearing this black suit and it's all tense for no reason.
Oh, he's still talking to Steve. Oh, okay.
No, it's the flashback to when he got the shields. The shields? The shield, even. Dude, I'm choking up a little bit, because that moment was really emotionally intense, despite the fact it was literally just handing off a shield. I was so salty that it wasn't Bucky, though.
Kinda.
Falcon needs it more. Falcon definitely needs it more.
Yeah, he needs it more. There's also a lot more people that want Bucky's head still, even now.
That's fair. Yep. But before we start recording, guys, I was speaking to Rick and I said this series is definitely going to be more action-oriented, and straight away, this is going to be like an action scene, isn't it? I'm surprised. I generally thought we were going for something somber there.
Maybe so. It might be jumping back and forth on the timeline, as it were.
Maybe so. Well, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
Okay, listen, I don't like the Falcon, but his wings do get cooler every time they, every iteration of them.
Yeah, he's like Iron Man, but for one gadget.
Mm. Sorry we're not talking much, folks, but it's action without the action yet.
Yep. A moment ago I was doing the nodding thing where I was just bopping my head to the music.
Yep, that's fair. Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Power move.
I shouldn't laugh, but that's pretty funny. French terrorists.
Yeah, apparently.
That's an interesting route to go. By the way, I only know it's French because it said in subtitles, speaks in French.
Because I'm a goddamn nerd, I can understand it without the subtitles.
Are you sure?
Well, I couldn't understand that without the subtitles.
Well then.
But I could understand that one.
Dude, like, they...
Yeah.
Gone.
Good old Red Wing.
He doesn't use nearly as many of these tools when he's in the films, because he gets outclassed.
I know, right?
It's one of those problems where, like, the Falcon can be cool and useful, but when you're in a team with fucking Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and Iron Man...
Yeah. But it's like the Justice League problem.
Jesus Christ, he just murdered that man.
Yep. Why is anyone useful in the Justice League when Superman can just do everything? Like, what if Kryptonite's in the way? Well, ask Batman nicely to move it out of the way.
Well, the problem with Superman is you've got to be a decent writer to be able to make him work.
Yeah. I call it the Superman problem. There's only one Superman, he can only be in one place at once.
Yeah, but that's not true, though, is it?
Okay, but, like, speed aside, if you have problems that are too far apart, realistically, then yeah, that's when you have a different team member go take care of the other thing.
I mean, that's why the MCU's decision to go to space is actually quite clever, because...
Yeah. Because it stops Captain Marvel becoming the be-all and end-all of everything, or allows her to be the be-all and end-all of everything while letting the Earth people do Earth things.
Well, like, here's the thing, is I forget what the new Spider-Man film's going to be called. I think...
Never Going Home or something.
Yeah, like, Spider-Man is probably going to be one of the few MCU heroes who stays on Earth.
Maybe?
That's where my money is. Because they're going to have Spider-Man and Wanda and Doctor Strange deal with multiverse bullshit. By the looks of things.
I can see at least one of the probable Spider imports staying in space in this world. Probably Spider-Gwen.
I don't think we're getting Spider-Gwen. I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't think we're going to get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm also not a big fan of Spider-Gwen, but that's because I'm not a fan of... Here's the problem, it's a knock-on effect, because I fucking hate Gwenpool.
Oh, I love Gwenpool, she's fantastic!
I don't like it. She has her moments, but like it's the problem with any gag character. Like, the problems I have with Gwenpool are the problems I have with Deadpool.
Yeah.
But amplified because it's a knockoff of Deadpool.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, she knows that she's a knockoff of Deadpool, and she's trying to set herself aside from that. I think the person that did the costume design in-universe thought that she was a knockoff of Deadpool and just made her a pink Deadpool costume. And she was like, fuck it, fine, I've paid for it already.
Okay.
There was one part where she...
I'm sorry, my mind's getting blown that Falcon is straight up murking motherfuckers.
Yep. I mean, they're terrorists, it's fine.
No, you're absolutely correct. But it's so weird because he's meant to be inheritor of Cap.
Yep.
And Cap would never do this shit if he could help it.
Mm-hmm. Unless they were Nazis.
Unless they were Nazis, but at the time he was a soldier, not a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Catch that.
Did they break his thingy?
Something's happened to his thingy.
Is he... Yep, there we are.
Wait, wasn't his friendly dude still on the helicopter? Oh, no, never mind, sorry.
His wingsuit fella, yeah.
How old is Falcon meant to be? Because I get the pic. Look, I'm assuming early 30s.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming like mid-30s, because he's had his time in the military, done his thing where he was a test pilot for the thing that he has, and done it for long enough to have retired from it. Which I think is about 7 years in the military.
Yeah, but this is bullshit made up Marvel rules.
Yeah.
It would help if I knew how old the actor was, because I'm going to assume they cast an actor who's similar in age as to what they want.
Yeah, but by the same token, they cast him about 10 years ago for Captain America 2.
True. But this action sequence is all very cool, but I'm getting the impression of... Not the impression of... It's screaming to me, look, Falcon can be cool.
Yeah?
And I get that's kind of the point, but...
Mm-hmm.
He sounded remotely British for a sentence there. Could it be any more clutch?
Merde!
Yeah, I wonder what that word is.
Yeah. This is the part where they play his theme tune and they expect you to learn the theme tune.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. Benizia? I'm going to guess we're at Bucky now then. I think this whole episode's going to be them two doing their own separate shit before being brought together.
Maybe so.
Oh, no, it's still Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're showing that he can do his own tech repairs and maintenance and shit.
Okay. Stop it, nerd.
Okay, listen, that's actually quite important, because that means confirmed that Falcon can work. He's intelligent enough to work with Stark Tech.
Yep.
And he knows about 700 languages, so that's useful.
Yeah, it is.
I got a bad feeling Torres is going to die at some point.
Maybe so. Seen a thingy.
So they've followed the Isengard way of creating logos.
Yep.
I mean, there's some weird fucks out there who straight up go, Thanos did nothing wrong, and they say it unironically. Like, that's not even a made up plot point for the film.
I know, right? Well, it's a standard meme when the movie came out, that whenever someone loses faith in humanity for some ridiculous asinine bullshit in an article, it's Thanos on speed dial.
Okay. Pretty sure that's a comic book story. You can imagine these bullshit conspiracy... Like, it's not even a bullshit theory in a world with these superheroes existing.
I know, right?
Like, that could totally happen. It's going to be Cap's Memorial or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they keep bringing up the moon because I heard that they're going to do a Moon Knight service at some point.
Maybe so.
Service? Fucking show, even.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got fucking War Machine in the audience.
Yeah.
What's his name? Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people gave shit for the recasting, but I think he done a pretty good fucking War Machine.
Yeah, he's fine. Like, people would have been fine with it if he was War Machine from the beginning. The fact that he replaced someone who had some really good chemistry with Tony,
but
was a shame. But he was a bit of a shitheel. He just wanted more money.
Yeah, but it's also Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's straight up giving the real proper shield to the fucking museum. I'm surprised. Pleasantly. It speaks to Falcon's character, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that the adventure they're going to go on is probably going to be that fucking shield gets stolen.
Yeah.
And that's why they're working together, because Bucky's like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, huh?
It's got to be something like that to get Bucky involved, because I had the very distinct feeling that Bucky's not... If anything, he's going to do Black Ops.
Maybe so.
I wasn't expecting War Machine in this. I know it's just Rhodey?
Yeah, James Rhodes.
James Rhodes, yeah, there we go. But, oh shit, that must be so fucking jarring.
I know, right?
Oh, dude, you don't even think about this shit, do you, really?
Not really, but...
Jesus.
Ah, yeah, the bike.
Memories.
Man, the bike made me smile.
It's
Okay, the bike with the old shield.
Yeah. So this is going to be why we get the fucking Patriot storyline, isn't it?
Maybe.
Like, I know, like, we've seen... I've seen set images of them with someone who looks like a Captain America knockoff, and I vaguely... Like, I don't know if he's called the Patriot or not, he might be called something else, but it's basically someone pretending to be Captain America after Cap got iced.
Sure.
But obviously, in this instance, it's not iced, but yeah. Look at this propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it feels like they're giving Rhodey the responsibility of being not another Iron Man. It kind of feels like fucking... I'll tell you what, Fury at the moment, like, hey, we still need heroes to help out.
You're actually right, yeah, because he's like the opposite of Iron Man in this situation.
I'm getting such Nick Fury vibes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Nick Fury can't do shit, he's up in space.
Propaganda man, so I'm half expecting that to be a Skrull.
Possibly.
Because obviously Skrulls are good guys in this iteration.
Dude, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way at the end of WandaVision. I'm sick of them showing up. This is also what you get from reading the comic books whenever they show up. It's like, oh, it's a Skrull. Fuck, great, fuck. Oh, I hate this shit. I hate that they can just be anyone. The only difference is in the film you get a bit of a feel-good feeling because you know they're goodies.
Yep.
Until the sudden yet inevitable betrayal we're going to get at some point.
What, that they're only a small portion of the Skrulls and the rest of them are assholes?
Yep. Oh, he's gone to his old costume! Or is this a flashback?
We'll find out. Speaking Russian. Oh, yeah, I think it's his old costume to infiltrate Russia to get his revenge on Russians.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. Man, he's I don't know what it is about knives, but it's so much more...
visceral.
Yeah.
It's so much more visceral than a gun.
Uh-oh, he's got somewhat of a
have
conscience. Oh, no, he doesn't. Never mind. Sorry, go on.
Because you have to throw the knife with that amount of force.
Now here comes the moral question. Unless, of course, he's actually part of it as well. But the way he's acting, I'm going to assume he's not a killer anyway.
He's probably just going to let this guy get into his room at this point, ain't he?
I don't know, because you don't know if he's actually involved or not. He might just be an innocent bystander, but he might not be. Oh, it was a flashback, so he murked that motherfucker.
Yep. So the Hail Hydra was... the Hail Hydra was sincere.
Dude, it's so brainwashing in general's fucked up, but damn.
Mm-hmm. Fictional brainwashing is even more fucked up because they can change them. You can move the goalposts as much as they like.
I just actually realised Bucky's got no one at this point. Right, he had Steve, and Steve's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really buddies with the rest of the Avengers. He just kind of worked with them.
He's all right with the Wakandans because they.
Yeah, but guess what?
Him.
They can't fucking. Unfortunately, the truth is T'Challa's not turning out.
Yeah.
Which, is still... I still can't believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a real shame.
It's such a shock.
I'm half expecting them to try and CGI him enough to hand over the title to Princess Shuri.
I don't know if CG should be used sparingly. I get it, that might be a decent moment to dust it out, but I don't want to tarnish what the dude has done for the character already.
Yeah. Not just the character, it was before Endgame. I think it was the highest grossing MCU film because of the black community and what it needed to be.
Okay. Truth is, there's a bunch of fucking Marvel films I've skipped, and Black Panther was one of them.
Okay. I've not skipped any of the films, but I have skipped the TV series.
Well, which TV series are you on about? You on about the Marvel ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they keep... Not the Marvel ones, sorry, the Netflix Marvel ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the Marvel ones, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that.
But
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. Yeah, I've missed all of those.
It's one of those awkward things where they're set in the cinematic universe, but they have no impact, so who gives a fuck?
Yep. I think one of the films had a tie-in to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's about it.
Well, I wasn't counting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that one was actually made by Disney.
Mm-hmm. I think it was Disney's first one, actually.
Possibly. Listen, the reason I want to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is because they've got Ghost Rider showing up in it, but not Johnny Blaze, Robbie Reyes. And I've seen some clips of him, and my god, I want that shit in the MCU so bad. I don't want to watch 4 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just for one cool moment.
I get you, yeah.
It's going to have no numbers in it. Except for takeout places, maybe. That's sad, I don't have many more than that. I'm actually surprised Sam's the one trying to send an olive branch.
Yeah.
Well, it's really weird hearing it said out loud that he's 100.
Yep.
I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt, there are real therapy sessions that go like this.
Yeah, there's gotta be. Specifically military therapy.
Oh, well, there you go. He's bringing up Wakanda, so maybe he will go there at some point. I don't feel I I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, like he's saying, I think I should go here because I liked it there, and he has the means to do so. Let's not lie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never been in the military, guys, and I never intend to be, so I have no idea how any of this shit feels. So I might be speaking way out of line here.
Yeah, ditto. Like, I've never been in the military, and I'm too old to ever join it at this point.
I didn't realise there was a cut-off.
For active service, there pretty much is, as far as I'm aware.
Ah, okay. There are people who are like this.
Yeah, there are. Silly.
I've been quite lucky. I've never had a grouchy old fuck neighbour. I've had old fuck neighbours, but not grouchy ones. It's weird how people get touchy about people putting shit in their rubbish. And it's like, what? Do you want me to just put a big old bag of rubbish on the floor next to the bin? Because I will. I don't care. It don't look great, does it?
Yeah, when I was at uni for the first time, there was a guy that lived next to the house, or the housing block, in the town.
I'm sorry, look at this fucking pro-level wingmanism. But yeah, go on, sorry.
And he hated students.
Oh, great.
And he would prefer it if they were all gone. And would do his damnedest to make life difficult for them.
Great.
Which was fun.
I love how he clearly wears gloves to hide his Warwick robot arm.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, this is going to be fucking...
Being quiet for the sad part.
Oh, well, here we go. That's the Asian fella he murdered over in Russia.
Yep.
Well, at least that's the connection I've made. I'm going to assume, like, it might not even be, but that's what he's going to fucking think.
It might be.
But it's one of those awkward things where, like, it wasn't even like I was just following orders. It was I was brainwashed and had no control over my actions.
Yeah.
But he still did the thing, so he's still going to feel bad.
It's the brainwashing essentially turns you into an AI given a command of do this to the best of your ability. No survivors.
Yep, sure. Yeah, that sucks. How far are we into the episode? 26 minutes, 23 minutes left. I assume 15 of those are credits. I was just curious. You know? Wow.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, he would be Uncle Sam, wouldn't he?
Yeah, no, but that's... It's nice to see a superhero who has a big supportive family.
Yeah, it is actually.
So many of them have like, I'm alone in this world, so I want people to not feel alone because I'm alone.
Yeah. I mean, I know Hawkeye's got his big ass family.
Thanks to Black Widow.
Yeah.
I heard rumours that his daughter was going to show up in this.
Maybe.
I mean... I see where Sam's coming from, but he can't... he can't just bail people. It's weird because he's clearly got money, right?
Yeah.
And he can probably bail them out, but I can completely understand his. I assume it's his sister if her kids are calling him uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand her viewpoint of not wanting that.
Yeah, I get you.
Fuck that. Oh, that's rough. I mean, that's a fair point. You don't want to lose your house over this shit.
You definitely don't. Plus, there's very little that hits harder than Sister Punch.
Well. Because he wants. I don't know why I'm reacting because it's really awkward.
I know, right?
It looks like he's not even like straight up giving financial. It's like, let me come to the loan meeting. I'll tell them I'm Falcon, and then they have to help.
Yep.
His heart is in the right place, and like I understand her viewpoint, but there's no happy ending. There's no happy middle ground here.
I know, right? There's no golden mean.
Boy, this is rather ominous, I suppose is the word.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But if you don't know who he is, you don't know how old he is. Man, you remember the end of Mandalorian when you know who shows up?
Yeah.
I straight up didn't think it was a CGI Mark Hamill. I thought it was a CGI Sebastian Stan.
Yeah?
Until I watched the credits, and it's like, oh, they did get Hamill. Cool.
Yeah, and they CGI'd him to be younger. For anyone who hasn't seen it, and
no, fuck you. It's been out for months.
we tried to throw them off with a you know who, and then said, oh yeah, Mark Hamill, yeah, as if the Joker's going to show up in fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah. Oops, didn't think of that when I was talking. Really. Skin
Eczema.
condition. Ah, fair enough.
Okay.
That's a good enough explanation. Less gross than eczema. I like the face he pulled. Of just like, oh, that was shit.
Uno! Okay.
Battleship. Oh, he's gonna get PTSD from even this, isn't he?
Cheese and biscuits. Is it going to accelerate back to... Yeah. Happy waving cats.
Oh, right, yeah, he's got super soldiers. Well, knockoff super soldier serum, so he's probably immune to that shit.
Soviet soldier. Yeah. Speaking of Soviet soldier, we're going to get that in whatchamacallit? Black Widow.
Ah, I'm on the fence about that film. It's weird because there's no stakes, right?
Yeah, because you know that she survives.
And you know every character in there is expendable, especially if they've not seen them in any other Marvel films.
Mm-hmm. But, like, I guess the only stakes are you get to like someone, and you hope they don't die, and you hope that they're going to show up in the future.
Yeah, I suppose, but I feel bad for her right now because she doesn't fucking know.
I know, right?
Is he gonna confess what he did to the old man? That's like what he's gonna do. Oh shit, it was as well.
Oh boy.
That's a Japanese custom, isn't it? The whole shrine with the face.
Yeah, I think it's specifically a Buddhist thing, yeah. Yeah, they do a thing where they put a photo up and they do. I think the idea is to put 2 black ribbons when it's the funeral and just have the photo to remember otherwise.
I got you. And if it don't, I'm the Falcon. This this sucks because I've got to say it. I fucking hate people who think like that.
Yeah.
You're early or late. There is no on time. I tend to be early anyway, but it's like fuck you. I remember in college I got told by a professor if you're not 5 minutes early, then you're late. And it's like it's bollocks.
That's all. Okay, so that's all well and good for the first thing of the day, but like for things in the middle of the day where you got to get from one place to the other across campus, get fucked.
Well, my legendary fart story, Rick, occurred because we were camping outside of a room. Well, this is some cult-like fucking action. Oh boy. If I'm ever in a public place and someone starts handing out masks, I'm fucking out.
Gone.
I'm like
100% gone.
no. Wait, so I'm actually quite confused. I'm not sure if he's infiltrating them or if he was infiltrating with Falcon earlier. It's unclear. Like, is he pretending to be Falcon's friend or is he pretending to be these people's friend? It could be either.
Could be both.
Oh, and there's a third faction in play we don't know about yet.
I think he might just be playing both off against each other and just trying to take the money and run.
Okay, no, I think I think he is on Falcon's side and he's infiltrating the group. Okay, he's a super. I love that. Oh, fuck, that's a broken back.
Yep. And maybe a skull.
Fractured skull, maybe. Oh, well, that's broken, fractured, same thing. He's got a very friendly face, you got to admit.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, that's a bit.
Oh boy.
Like, this is set straight after Endgame, I assume.
So it would seem.
So that's a bit fucking callous, to say the least.
Like within the like ensuing couple of weeks, it seems.
Hmm. That is fucked, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I could totally see Banks fucking people based on this.
Yeah.
And that's the saddest part. Fuck you.
Yep.
I love the unspoken implication of, if Falcon wasn't here, you're fucked.
Yep.
Wait, I'm wondering, I'm wondering if she's sister or if she's sister-in-law. Because if she's Miss Wilson and she's a widow,
Yeah.
then that would imply that she married into his family.
Well, it could be either, to be honest.
She might have reverted after, or she might have just kept her name. I know there's several things, but it's difficult to tell. Well, they're talking about mum and dad, so I assume it's regular sister.
Yeah, that would make more sense, but you know.
Oh, dude, this is hitting surprisingly hard. Seeing these people struggle.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's no element of fantasy here. This is a real thing that fucking happens.
Yeah, this is just humanity.
Mm.
And he just so happens to have a pair of super wings that he can't use right now because he's on a boat.
I'm guessing they're pictures from when their dad owned the boat.
Mm-hmm. All from when his nephews were small.
Those photos look old as fuck. I don't think they're from this generation.
Okay.
Okay, they're definitely. I don't think there's a double agent angle here. I think he is just straight up Falcon's ally.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know who the fuck this guy's going to be, but he's clearly got super strength at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Really is.
Yeah. Apologies for the silence, because it's just plot, plot, plot.
There's nothing really to comment on. Like, I'm sure we'll talk after we've had all the plot, and we will, trust me. This is going to be the Patriot. They're going to bring out the Patriot.
Yep, make Captain America great again.
Oh, he better not have the fucking cap shield.
We'll find out.
How fucking dare. Oh, I would be fucking furious right now if I was Falcon.
Yep.
Oh, that smug dickhead wink.
He looks like a prick.
That's the point entirely. But well done, Malcolm Spellman, because I'm fucking hooked. Of course, Kevin Feige, like he oversees everything as far as Marvel Cinematic is concerned, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to say everything he touches turns to gold.
Oh, absolutely fucking not, but he's done an overall good job.
But at least everything he touches turns to at least silver.
I don't think, like, let's look at DC. Nothing that he has greenlit has done as bad of a job as anything in DC.
Yeah.
I definitely overall good job. Like, there's decisions that have been like, I don't like that, but they're so minor.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, do you think the multiverse shit is going to be how we get Lady 4?
Maybe.
Because
so I was going to say about Lady Thor that that was one thing that Gwenpool did. She knows about Lady Thor from reading comics in the real world. So she goes up and goes, "Oh hey, real name Jane Foster," that I forgot temporarily, and she immediately goes straight for her throat and asks how she knows that. Because Lady Thor, Jane Foster, has done her damnedest to keep the Jane Foster connection a secret.
Okay.
Plus, also she can't turn back to normal because that's when she goes bald again.
Right.
Basically, being Thor is what keeps her from dying, essentially.
Right, yeah. Of course, John Cheadle. I already forgot Don Cheadle had a brief moment in there.
We'll find out if he has more moments. Okay, it looks like there's no post-credits things.
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes left. I'm going to stop right here, and I'm also going to stop the timer, but, like, by all means, like, we're going to talk for another 5 minutes minimum anyway, so you can watch the credits while we talk shit.
Yeah, I just skipped forward on the credits, and it looks like the same credits in different languages.
Yeah, because they've got such a big team for Marvel.
Like, if you skip forward far enough, you get Versione Italiano.
That makes sense, though. Yeah, no, it's going to be weird having two Thors running around if one of them's not from another universe.
Yeah, but they do the same thing with Beta Ray Bill, where he's got a hammer that's just as good as the as Mjolnir.
Who the fuck's Beta Ray Bill?
Oh man, I've got to do you and educate when we're off camera. But yeah, he's a crocodile who does Thor things.
Don't like that. Here's the problem with comic books: they do stupid fucking shit sometimes. Well, not sometimes, most of the time.
I know, right?
I don't like gag characters in general.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that they did the right thing by having it be a quick uptake compared to WandaVision. Like, having to sit through 2 episodes, maybe 2.5, before things actually starting getting real was it was a tough sell for a week-by-week show, whereas this, I can enjoy it week by week.
I mean, we straight up said off camera, so to speak, that we both watched WandaVision. We both jumped in at around episode 4-ish and watched them in bulk, as opposed to watching them week to week, at least for the beginning.
Yeah, having episodes in hand really helps with something like that.
If I'd have watched episode 1 of WandaVision, I don't know if I'd have motivated myself to watch the second.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just...
Yeah, I get you.
Like, as standalone episodes, they're kind of naff, but in retrospect, it's like naff's the wrong word, like, because I enjoyed them for what they were, but I was like, I don't much see the point, but they tie it all together at the end, which is the most important part.
It's the stupidest thing that my 2 favourite things about the first 2 episodes of WandaVision were the ads.
Dude, I enjoyed the ads throughout. They were quite dumb, kooky. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm eager to see where they take this, because it's quite clear that we're going to start with, I'm going to say the next 2 episodes at the very least are going to be focused on, I'm going to amend that a little bit. The next episode is going to be focused on Falcon dealing with this bullshit that has occurred, and it is bullshit from anyone's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 3 is probably going to be Bucky getting roped in as well, because it's like, no, he's not Captain America, Steve was Captain America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assuming he's even paying attention to current affairs, because he's locked up in his own fucking trauma bullshit right now.
Yeah. They're both dealing with uncharacteristically real things for a comic book storyline, as it were. Like, I know it's probably not derived from an out-and-out comic book story, but
I mean, the Patriot part of things is, and I have no doubt that they've touched on these real issues in comics before, especially for more, I don't know, mundane heroes. Like, I don't think Luke Cage or anything like that has ever dealt with something quite as serious as this, but that's the level of superhero that's most likely to. I mean, shit, there's a reason why they were heroes for hire. They wanted to be superheroes, but they couldn't afford fucking rent.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the early runs of the heroes. It was very interesting that instead of going for heroes for hire, they went for the Defenders for the Marvel, for the Netflix Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
They also kind of foreshadowed it with Luke Cage, because Luke Cage kept getting offered money every time he saved people, and he was like, that ain't why I'm doing this. And it's like, how very not Luke Cage of you.
Yeah, but oh well. I've not seen the Luke Cage and Jessica Jones stuff, so I probably should go back and watch at least some of it.
As far as I'm aware, you've not really watched any of it. You said you watched the first episode of Daredevil Season 1, which is not the greatest thing to watch.
No, so I'm aware that the Punisher shows up at some point.
Dude, one of my favourite jokes that a different podcast team made back when it was relevant was when Punisher Season 1 dropped. When Daredevil Season 2 dropped, they joked, it's so weird how they did a whole season of Punisher without the Punisher.
Yeah, I remember that gag.
It's weird, the Punisher shit, because I love Daredevil Season 2 with him showing up. I like Punisher Season 1. I got about 4 episodes into Punisher Season 2 and I was like, I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
There's only so much this... it felt like every episode was... because it's the Punisher, of course, it makes sense that every episode needs to have a violent gunfight or violence... struggling over my words. A violent conflict of some kind. And I got kind of bored of it.
You know, I can kind of see it. So when he's a guest character, he's not always in focus.
In fact, there's episodes of Season 2 of Daredevil where he's not even in it.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah.
Like, even with, Punisher is one of the few superheroes, comic book characters who I own issues of Punisher comic books. And even in the comic books, it gets to be a bit much. But, my favourite runs are runs where you don't get a conflict every issue because it's mostly dealing with Frank being like, I'm fucking depressed because everything I care about is dead.
Yeah, when heroes get real.
There's a particular... this could sound fucked up. There's a bit of a funny issue where Frank kills an undercover cop because he doesn't know he's an undercover cop, too busy killing mobsters. And he's got an entire inner monologue of conflict of him going like, I don't know if this is okay or not because I didn't know, but he was a good guy, but he was pretending to be a scumbag and this. But all the while he's having this inner monologue, he's still shooting bad guys. Which, but yeah, gone off on a bit of a tangent. But it's certainly going to be interesting. Like, it's definitely going to be a case of the next at least 2 episodes are going to be dealing with this real element to the story, and then we'll probably get into more actiony things.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of action in this one, but like we say, there was a lot of slowing down and having real time.
Well, but the action didn't feel like the focus. It felt like the action was just there to explain.
Yeah, it was the prologue and the preface, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The first thing, I almost called him Mackie then, because I think that's the actor's surname, Falcon did, was,
show off a bit,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, by the way, Falcon is a relevant superhero, just for more realistic thing. Like, he's still essentially a member of the US Army. That's what his superhero shtick is.
Mm-hmm.
And, Winter Soldier is just, trying to live life, and it's quite clearly a difficult thing to do because the PTSD.
Yeah, he's essentially on veteran's pension or whatever it is.
That's not true.
Yeah, okay, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying, but I assume he's actually got no source of income at the moment because he's not doing shit.
Yeah, the psychiatrist that he talks to, I called it that they'd be a military psychiatrist, and then she just dropped that she was an ex-soldier, which is why she had no patience for him doing things.
It's so backwards, isn't it? Because you'd think, especially when dealing with that kind of issue, you'd need a lot more of a delicate touch rather than less. But then I don't know. Is it because these fuckers had to go through basic boot camp and have seriousness drilled into them from day one that being direct and to the point is the only way that things sink in? I just don't know.
Maybe.
I assume the showrunners did their research and they're doing what they think is as close to what actually is happening.
There's things that I could guess at that would be completely insensitive, so I'm just gonna drop it before I get
there's
too far into hot water that I've poured for myself.
Yeah, there's no need to be edgy on this. This podcast isn't meant to be edgy and, jabbing at sensitive topics. It was inevitable that, PTSD would come up for at least 1 or 2 heroes, but Winter Soldier is the most realistic outcome. Especially considering his trauma was mostly induced by brainwashing.
Yep.
So it's weird, isn't it? Because it's a very real-life issue brought upon by a very not real-life source.
All because he fell off a train.
Yeah, I suppose that is, if you want to oversimplify it, yeah.
Yeah.
The callbacks early on were pretty nice with the Captain America Museum. I enjoyed that little segment.
Yeah, I liked the few props that they had around.
I also liked the detail that it was straight up at the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
That was a nice little touch. Because if you're in a world full of superheroes and the most iconic American-born superhero is now gone, of course you're going to do an exhibit on him there.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's plus it's basically the museum in Washington.
Yeah, well, it's like 7 museums in one, as far as my understanding is. Like there's literally 7 buildings or some shit.
Okay, so I'm going to show my complete lack of education on this. The only time I've ever encountered the Smithsonian is in Fallout. Which is the worst fucking thing to do, to use for a source of education.
I mean, you've never watched Night at the Museum?
Is that one with that one comedian and then there was a sequel?
I mean, it's Ben Stiller.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
But I wouldn't call him a comedian. Like, he's a comic actor for sure, but...
Sure. Yeah, I've not seen it, actually, so...
I can't remember which one it is, but it's the second or third film where they move all of the exhibits to the Smithsonian, and then he has an adventure there because there's more shit there, I guess. I've not actually seen the sequels, but I know the premise is everything gets shipped to the Smithsonian.
Fair.
There's actually quite a few fucking big names in that film. Like, fuck, they had Freddie Mercury before he did Freddie Mercury. What's his name? Rami Malek or something?
Yeah, Rami Malek sounds about right.
But yeah, we're getting a bit off topic, and this episode's getting a bit long in the tooth, as it were. Because I'm looking at my recording, and boy, that's long. So, any closing thoughts you want to share, Rick?
Yeah, looking forward to next week.
I am too. They've not given too much away yet, but there's enough of a plot hook that you can kind of see what the first hurdle is going to be. So, so all that's left to say really is thanks for sticking with us this long, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and hopefully we'll see you all again next week.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good afternoon, good evening, and good night.